Howdy folks, and welcome back to another video. This one is a bit special. You may have heard of the Jazzy Art Box. Ta-da! If you hadn't, then you were a bit like me and you missed the boat in July when they came out. But they did an extra batch and I managed to get one in September. For context, this is the size of a scroll box. And as you can see, I'm struggling to get it in camera. It's a big boy. Let's just say that it's big. So without further ado, let's open it up and see what's inside. Ooh, it's orange. And there is a beautiful picture of Jazza's face. And it even says, "Put my face on your face." I'm not going to do that, Jazza. I don't want to cut the box, but thanks for the option. So, let's peel back this beautiful tissue paper. I have nothing to rip this time, so this is good. And we have a thank you from the man himself. This is great. Just like basically thanks you for supporting the channel. And there's a list of all of his specially chosen items on the back as well. Oh, a coupon for Smart Art. A bookmark. Very nice too. And this is the limited edition print that Jazza made himself with all of the supplies in the box. It's pretty nice. On shiny paper too. This is a Tombow pen from Japan. I think it's a brush pen. This is a Faber-Castell dust-free eraser. We will see. A Uniball Signo white gel pen. A Tombow brush marker, double-ended. So I believe this end is a thick brush marker. Yep. And it looks like the other end is a bullet nib. And yep, bullet nib. Nice. A blue Prismacolor Color-Raise pencil with an eraser on the end. A pack of graphic fine liners, 4-pack, with a brush pen in this as well, so another brush pen. 12-pack of Faber-Castell Polychromos pencils. I am rather looking forward to trying these out. Nice colours. And this is the Spectrum Noir Illustrator brush markers, Jazza himself on the packaging. The signature item, if you will, for this box, with a colour selection Jazza picked out himself. Very nice too. Good going, Jazza. The Express It blending card that Jazza used in many of his videos. And this beautiful nostalgia sketchbook that looks like it's got a really nice textured cover. Let's see if we can get this open. Oh gosh. Yeah, I need scissors. No, I got this. I got it. This struggle is real, guys. The struggle is real. Come on. Release from your packaging. Okay. Yeah, we won. We didn't need scissors. Scissors. We don't need scissors on this channel. Yes, so it does have a nice textured cover, and the paper is the paper is quite nice and thick actually. I definitely have sketchbook anxiety about this bad boy. And finally, a pencil case with it's got a button on the zip. That's neat. So that won't open in your bag when you're not expecting it to open, and then spill the contents everywhere. With surprise tissue paper. With pockets in size. It says on the front that it can hold 24 pencils, but I think I'd probably just put like inking supplies and stuff in there. Be useful to take to conventions to do commissions. Actually, last but not least, a pencil with a rubber on the end. Nice mechanical pencil. It was hiding in the box, I couldn't see. Click, click. Yep, mechanical pencil. So I'm going to use the Express It blending card because, as I mentioned, sketchbook anxiety, and I just wanted to do something small. It's the first time I've used this Prismacolor Color-Raise pencil, and it goes down really nicely on here actually. I wasn't sure how well pencils would take to it because there's not a lot of tooth to this paper. It's designed specifically for markers, so I wasn't expecting it to go down half as well as it did, but it's really pleasant to draw on. Wait for it, and there it is. Classic Prismacolor. Quick sharpening break. And we're back. So I decided to go for a bit of a wintry sketch, as it is the first day of Advent today. Happy Advent to you all. I am a massive Christmas buff, but I didn't want to throw in the Christmas too hard right at the beginning of December. It might get a little bit more Christmassy as time goes on, but for now it's just a wintry image, a harmless wintry image. And I decided to pull out two characters from my vault of characters that don't get enough love, from a series that I never finished writing called School of Magic. And this is two of my characters that don't actually have names anymore. I created them when I was very young and very into Japan, so they were initially called Hikari and Yamano, but I feel like that's a little bit just too weeby even for me. So yeah, if you have suggestions for names, then let me know. But I decided to draw them in the snow, and it looks as though Hikari, which is my angel girl, has been a bit naughty, as Yamano, my little imp, has a snowball on his head. So yeah, it doesn't look very impressed about it. But yeah, after all of those pens that came in the Jazzy Art Box, I did a quick swatch off camera, and I think all of them smudged with the markers, and I knew I wanted to use the markers in this illustration, so I grabbed a Winsor & Newton fine line that actually came in previous sprawler box to do the outlining for this one, because I wanted something that wasn't going to smudge with the markers underneath. I do go in at the end with some of Jazza's inking pens, just so that I can say I did use them. This eraser though, I was impressed. It was dust free rather. It created worms instead of dust, and I'm okay with worms. Worms are a lot easier to remove, like you just pick them off. It was good, I liked it, good eraser. And on to the markers themselves. Aside from not working with the inking pens that came in the box, they were really good markers. Now, I was actually expecting to be unimpressed by these, purely because I work with Copic markers and I work with Winsor & Newton markers when I do marker artwork, which is not very often. But I used to work with my markers a lot, so I had high expectations when it comes to markers. And I have tried lots of different versions of cheap markers in the past and have been underwhelmed, shall we say. But these, I can see why Jazza recommended them as a Copic alternative, because they are that good. And it's really easy to be caught up in like something someone recommends when you respect them so much. But honestly, hand on my heart, these are great markers, and I was shocked by that. I don't actually know what the regular retail price for them is, because I've only got this set of them that came in the box. I've tried other Spectrum markers before, but they were the water-based ones and I wasn't all that impressed. But these, they're really, really good. I would be interested to know how much they are and build up a bit of a collection of them, I think. The colour selection that Jazza provided was pretty awesome as well. The only problem that I had with it was the character that I'd chosen to draw here, this girl, previously known as Hikari. Please, suggestions in the comments for what you'd name them. She has like pastel pink hair, really light pink hair, and there wasn't a pink in the box, so I just kind of go over it with the colourless blender a whole bunch of times and try and lighten it, and eventually bring in the coloured pencils at the end to give it a go as well. I sort of get there, but obviously you're going to struggle to get pastel colours out of such a saturated colour selection. But that being said, he really has thought about it. I mean, there is only one green in this box, but if you look at what I've managed to do with the pine trees in the background, by layering the green, the blue and the green again, I get this really nice pine tree green. So it is possible to get a selection of colours using just these markers. And when you look at the illustration, I don't think that you look at it and think, oh, that has a limited colour palette. Because so often when you buy a 12 pack of markers, it's like 12 really saturated markers, or it's 12 pastel markers, whereas he's really thought about this and given you colours that you can make a decent illustration with, so you could have this pack of colours as your starter set and not feel restricted. That's how I feel anyway. I really like them, and on this blending card, wow. Okay, I have only ever used marker paper in the past, like a handful of times. I really dislike marker paper. And so I just abandoned it. It's really thin, it's really flimsy. I just never got on with it and abandoned it and just started using normal cartridge paper for my sins. I know it drinks more of the marker ink, but it just works better for me. I can blend easier on it and all this sort of stuff. But this Express-It, I'm going to have to buy some because it is so nice to work on. Like I said, it's so smooth, there's almost no tooth to it. So, I mean, it is designed for markers, so why would it need tooth? But they just work. So it's like painting. I don't know how to sing its praises enough, to be honest. It is so good. I really want to get some of this. I don't know how expensive it is, so I may regret that decision. But hey, Christmas is coming. Maybe Father Christmas will bring me some. Because that's what we call him over here, Father Christmas. Not Santa. It's Father Christmas. So it was around about here that I decided I was going to make this a mixed media piece, and I wanted to make sure that I would bring in the Faber-Castell Polychromos pencils that came in the box as well. And I'm so glad that I did, because these pencils, they are nice pencils. So the first thing that I did was trying to make that pastel pink, and going over the red with the white really helped. I think it gave it what I was looking for. I was also able to put a bit of a glow around the moon in the background and a bit of highlights on the trees and a bit of misty cloud in the sky as well. I used the light blue pencil to add some subtle shading to the snow. I'd already gone in with the really light grey at this point, but I think putting the blue in just helped bring some more depth to the image. I tend to shade my snow with a bit of blue anyway. And I went back to these bushes. I tried to add texture by sort of using jagged strokes in there to start with, but because obviously this paper was so smooth and designed for markers, it didn't really show up, so I emphasised it there with a few more markers and then went in with the purple Polychromos pencil to do a bit more shading. And I used that same purple to shade her hair as well. And everything else, to be honest. I really liked that purple, it was quite universal. I often use a bit of purple in my shading anyway, so I thought, well, why not? And then I used the black Tombow marker to shade in the bottom of his boots there. There wasn't a black included in the markers, but I figured that brush pen would do. And then I used the Japanese Tombow pen to add an outline, a thicker outline, to make the characters pop out from the background, because they got a little bit lost there, which I knew I wanted to do anyway, because rather than add too much line weight in the beginning for the markers to potentially smudge, I thought I'd add it at the end, and I'm glad I did, because this pen was really nice to use. I've never used one of these before with a brush nib quite so thick, so yeah, that was nice. And then lastly, I used the Uniball Signo pen to add some stars before signing my name and finishing this piece. So the age-old question of what can you make with Jazza's Jazzy Art Box? Well, if you're me, you can make a mess of your desk and a teeny little postcard-sized piece of artwork, which was quite fun to do, I have to say. I really like the glow of the moon. I think the pencils really helped bring it to life a little bit more, and I'm sort of okay with the colour of the hair that we ended up with at the end with these markers. But yeah, I think I'm quite pleased with that. So if you like this video, give me a big thumbs up, and don't forget to leave a comment down below telling me what on earth I should name these poor characters. But that is it for this week, and until next time, I will see you later. Bye!